Dr. Sean Tierney here, talking a little bit about walking. So the idea is that I want to get the body to move properly and also more muscles to work. So a lot of times when we walk, we're just going, not paying attention to what's happening, and our body takes a lot of stress, and a lot of that stress goes into our hips and our joints, and we're not going to get better if we don't pay attention to how we're supposed to move, or how we move better. So one thing I think about is kind of counter rotation. So if my sternum goes forward on one side, my pelvis goes forward on the other side, and I take a step, right? And same thing on the other side, take a step. So that's just normal walking or running. So you can almost see if I was just gonna, it kind of looks like I'm gonna go fast if I, just getting in that position. So just this counter rotation is a natural thing, whether you're walking slowly or quickly. But the key is, with that counter rotation, is it allows your foot to go straight forward while you're externally rotated relative to your pelvis. Everybody knows that if you do a squat, it's usually easier to squat with your knees out. So, I'll give you an example. If I was going to bring my knee straight forward, it doesn't really comfortably move further than that without me having to bend my back. By going out to the side and go much higher. So our body is made to move forward with one side of our pelvis forward, so that here our knee can go up, our knee can go up, rather than being stuck. So the difference is, if I didn't move my pelvis from the side here, and I bring my knee up, the only way to go further is to round my back. Whereas if I move my pelvis and bring my knee up, and still have my back be straight. So the key is I want to keep our core straight and stable. So as we move, we should have this counter rotation that occurs, and this motion that happens in our pelvis. So that's one way to think about it. I want to have cues. So in order to be successful at a sport, it's nice to have a cue. Okay, keep my hand high, use my shoulder, lock in my core, whatever you're thinking to perform better in whatever sport it is, whether it's golfing or hitting a baseball or throwing a baseball. There's all these cues that athletes learn. And walking and moving is kind of an athletic thing, so just learning how to have cues that actually protect you from getting hurt are highly effective. We want to be careful to move properly so that more muscles function. So if more muscles are functioning, the stress is on our muscles, not on our joints. So you can see is that if I move, and I move my body more naturally, then I have this, more fluid motion. You can see just more muscles are being activated, rather than if I just were to walk and not pay attention to how I was moving, and just go heel toe. So obviously this is going to be a lot of force into my joints, and I don't really know what's happening. So if I have an injury and I'm not controlling the way my body moves, I'm vulnerable. So I want you to be less vulnerable, especially as you're getting better. So I gave you one perspective, which was counter rotation. The foot goes forward, pelvis goes forward on the side that your leg is going forward, and before that happens, your sternum goes forward on the opposite side. So that's one aspect. I think I want you to think about the foot next. So if you look at your foot, obviously it's made to probably hit in that direction, because this is a little bit more recessed. There's an arch there. So as we move our feet, I want us to think about moving our foot straight ahead, so their foot's not walking to the side. One of the things that happens is if you don't move your pelvis, is you end up almost limping, or the side that doesn't move, the foot's going to stay out. Because if you move your pelvis, now the foot's straight. So we want to go straight. We want to use our foot to almost grab the floor. So ideally we want to have the foot go down from the little toe, grab all the way to the big toe. Now what's going to happen is your body gets weight gets almost over your ankle is going to dip in. And as soon as your weight gets past your ankle is going to straighten out, and you're going to have this ability to take this, nice, controlled, you're using your foot very fluidly to prevent an injury rather than pounding on your body. Okay, so we need to have that foot awareness, and that foot awareness actually makes us faster with running. So I just think, if I'm going to run, the faster I go, the further forward on the outside of my foot I'm going to hit. So this might be walking, jogging, running, sprinting.